Welcome back to the Junk in My Trunk radio show. We're over here with Scott with the Village of Jackson Creek Memory Care. Scott, we appreciate you coming on the road show. Can you tell the listeners and the viewers a little bit about Village of Jackson Creek?
Yes, we are a memory care community specifically designed to care for Alzheimer's residents and those that are suffering from other dementias as well. We've been doing this for a long time, been operating for now going in our 9th year, but we care for all levels of memory care. So whether it's early stage or whether it is moderate stage or end stage, we can accommodate all levels.
That is very cool. And so you guys are located over here in eastern Jackson County, not too far from the Hilton Garden Hotel?
That is correct. Yeah, we're here conveniently located just right down the hill from Centerpoint Hospital on Jackson Creek or Jackson Drive. And of course, right next to us is the Hilton. And so it is a really neat location for us.
So when you have somebody that's facing this challenge in their life, what kind of, do you guys do any testing for it?
You know, we really, when somebody comes to us, whether it's a family member, a spouse, a sibling, we want to sit down with them and look at all their options. Okay. So whether they need a long-term placement or a short-term placement, we're going to assess their needs and then meet with that particular and potential resident and assess where they are. And for us personally, like I said before, we can accommodate all levels. So there's not too many situations that come up that we weren't allowed or weren't able to care for them. Sure. But yes, we will go through an assessment process.
And then, so this is a full-time facility, so they live here on do you have any outpatients at all?
No, everybody here is they're long-term, and they get to age in place, which is one of the great things for us. There's never really a level of care that we would have to have them move on to a different community. And so for us, we get to care for these residents throughout the whole process. Okay. They become family to us.
Oh, I'm sure they do, big time.
Absolutely.
Now, do you ever see any reverse in the process? Is there any time where they get better, or is it?
Well, as we know, Alzheimer's and dementia, there's not a cure at this particular point.
Right.
And, for us, we have seen where folks have been in a different environment and they come in here and they do thrive. Okay. And I think it's a lot to do with our programming, our activities. Mm-hmm. We do have a medical staff, physicians that are in-house. Okay. And just when they're in the right environment, we do see that they do thrive. Sometimes it gets the appearance that they do get better. Unfortunately, that's typically not the case, but they're just in the right environment. And so for that, that makes us feel very successful. Sure. We do want to provide the best quality of care and make sure that they have the best quality of life while they're here.
I know that I went through it with my grandma and grandpa. They kind of suffered from that a little bit. Do you think that brings on other issues, other health problems with the dementias and things like that, or?
Well, the dementia does affect the brain in a way that it can affect other functions with the residents, such as swallowing or their mobility. And so for us, we want them to have their independence as long as possible. So we will set up, whether it's home health to come in for therapy, a restorative program. We'll look at doing a number of things to help them keep their independence.
Very good. So what would the process be for somebody that would like to bring their family member in to visit with you guys and get the process started? Do they need to go to the doctor, or they just come straight here?
Well, first and foremost, they can certainly call us anytime. We can direct them in the right direction. Okay. One thing that we do need to see is a history and physical from their physician. Okay. We need to make sure that they do have the proper diagnosis to be here. But we can certainly start the process with a simple call. I encourage folks to reach out to us if they're experiencing a loved one that is in the early stage or even in the moderate or end stage. We would love the opportunity to sit down and talk with them. go through the process and give them any information that they would need, whether it is our community or any other type of community out there or any other services that may be out there as well.
Very good. What would be the telephone number that they would contact you guys with?
Yeah, you guys can reach us at 816-478-5689. That is our main number.
Okay.
And certainly just ask for us that you're inquiring, ask for admissions. You can even ask for me, Scott. I'd be happy to talk with you.
Very good. And then what's their address over here?
The address over here is 19400 East 40th Street, Court South. I know that's a mouthful, but here in Independence, we're just right off of Jackson Drive. There is a Sonic conveniently located across from our campus.
Sure.
And but certainly we would love for anybody to come out and come see us. We'll give them a tour and show them our beautiful community here.
Very good. Is there anything else you'd want to get out while we're here?
Well, yeah, just a couple other things too. We do have a couple other programs as well. We do short-term stays. We have just implemented a new transition program. So those that are caring for someone at home that may have what they refer to as a mental status change and go into the ER, may not be formally admitted to the hospital, but if they're discharged, they still may need a little bit of rehab before going back to the community or home that they may be at, and we want to be able to help that person get back there.
Okay.
So they can come here for a lower rate and be able to set up home health with them, get their therapy that they need, and get them back home.
Perfect. Awesome, man. Well, thank you for coming on the road show. And I forgot to tell you before we did an interview, we do have a tagline on our radio show and our road show. It's a big Jed Clampett. Woo doggies. Can you give me woo doggies?
Yeah, woo doggy. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you very much for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
Hey guys, you've been listening to the Junk in My Trunk Road Show. Come over here and check them out. It's the Village of Jackson Creek. Is that correct?
Correct. Village of Jackson Creek Memory Care.
Awesome. See, I almost forgot. Thanks for tuning in, guys, and we'll be right back.
There's something weird, and it don't look good. Who you gonna call? Junk Gobbler!
Kansas City's residential and commercial junk removal specialists. Junk Gobbler is your locally owned and operated junk removal company serving Kansas City, Johnson County, and the entire metro area. They make junk removal easy, from spring and fall cleaning to home restoration projects and all the way to entire demolitions. You can count on your insured and licensed neighbors to help you get the job done. 774-8329.
Give them a call, 816-774-8329. They specialize in junk removal services and roll-offs. Junk Gobbler!
Welcome back to the Junk in My Trunk Road Show. We're down here at Home Sweet Home Bakery again here in Inglewood with Barb, the owner. How you doing, Barb?
I'm doing great. How about you, Darren?
Thanks for coming on the road show again. I really appreciate it. Now, you got some really cool new things that are happening over here. Can you tell the listeners and the viewers about it?
Sure. We have just opened our tea room. It's a very intimate space. It's not for big groups. It's for little groups, 3, 4 people, 2 people. We're doing breakfast tea in one room, and we're doing a lunch tea in the other room. The breakfast tea is just little pastries and tasty things and tea, and the lunch tea is more of a meal. It includes salad and soup and an entree. You can either get the hot entree or you can get the tea sandwiches, and of course desserts.
That's the best part.
Woo doggies.
Yeah, exactly. So what made when did, I know that's going to be an odd question, but when did the teas start here in America, or what makes it, what makes a tea, or who kind of started them?
I think they came over on the Mayflower because they started in England in the 1700s with Lady Anna Bedford. She was one who is credited with starting the tradition. She was just a bored socialite is what she was, so she was having her friends over. But here, tea was just a meal to the settlers who came over. It has been elevated to a higher status simply by the people who partake in it now.
Sure.
You know, they everybody in England has tea. Yeah, from little schoolboys all the way up to old men. You know, everybody has tea every day.
Yeah.
Because that's what they call their mid-afternoon meal is tea.
So it's a really nice, it's a great way, great food, great conversation and things like that.
It's just a social time is what it is. People don't rush in and hurry with tea. It takes probably an hour for people when they come in here and they enjoy tea at lunchtime.
So now when you book a reservation, are you booking, is it just for a couple people? Is it for a party? How does that work?
We prefer to get reservations. That way we know how many are coming, and it makes it better to have the stuff prepared, a lot of it pre-prepared, so that we just have to pop it in the oven or, you know, put it on plates or however, you know, to get it to the table, and it makes it a little faster. But if people just pop in to come for tea, they can do that too.
That's
It
awesome.
may take them a little longer to get served, but
Exactly. Well, it's a really cool place. Inglewood is up and growing. There's a lot of cool places down here. You're definitely an icon here in the Inglewood district. What are your hours of operation for Home Sweet Home Bakery?
we open at 7 in the morning on Tuesday through Saturday. We're open till 3 o'clock during the week. On Saturdays, we close at 2 because we frequently rent out our rooms for parties. So a lot of people want their party 2 to 4, especially little kids' birthday parties. That's kind of a traditional time.
Perfect.
So,
And then how can they follow you on Facebook?
well, we have our Facebook page, Home Sweet Home Bakery, and we have a website.
Your website's really cool.
If they want to go to the website, it shows all the cakes and different desserts that we do, and it also has an event page that has pictures of all the teas that we've done, because
Okay.
previous to opening the tea room, we were just holding tea monthly. And we had a specific mailing list, and we would mail out postcard invitations
Okay.
and it was mostly ladies that partook, but since we've opened the tea room, we're getting an equal number of men and women in there. So that's nice to see. Women are meeting their husbands for lunch during the day,
Sure.
and that's great. I love it.
I like it. It's really elegant as well. So with the holiday season now right around the corner, and people are needing items for Halloween, Thanksgiving, and Christmas, do you do custom orders for them?
Absolutely. We do a ton of pies for Thanksgiving. We unfortunately are a small place with not a whole ton of cold storage, so we have to limit the amount that we can do, and sometimes we have had to cut off orders as early as a week before Thanksgiving because we can't do any more than that. I know everybody wants their pie fresh, so.
Well, Barb, we appreciate you coming on the Junk in My Trunk radio show and road show, which are our television show. And again, where are you located over here in Inglewood?
We're right on Winter Road in Englewood, and we're in a little house at the end of the street close to Sterling.
Very easy to find.
Very easy to find. Not a whole lot of parking right out front, but there is lots of parking on the street.
Perfect. Well, you already gave me a woo doggy, so that's you. Because I should give you a big woo doggy.
Woo, doggies.
Thanks for coming on again.
Alrighty,
Awesome.
thanks.
Hey guys, you've been listening to the Junk in My Trunk road show and radio program. Check out Home Sweet Home Bakery here in Inglewood. You'll be glad you did. We'll be right back. listen to Junk on My Trunk radio show and road show. If you haven't found a great plumber, look no further. Hudson Plumbing will get the job done right. 816-365-0470. Tell Trent I told you to give him a call. And give him a big woo doggy.